Hey guys, how you doing? This is Rocket Man here, giving you an update for the week. And you can visually see here that the stock market is dropping right on schedule as we planned and as we anticipated. And you can see on the news, everyone's crying and everyone's kicking and screaming, "Hey, the world's falling!" But yeah, this is very normal. Going back, like I think I made another video before. I'm not sure if I made it before, but going back 100 years, looking at the average drop in the stock market, it always drops about 5%, 4% every year, and some years it even drops to 10%. Just at rare occasions. Um, and every 2.5 years, it drops about 15%, and every 3 years or so, 5 years, it goes about a little bit more, 20%. That's a bear market. It's beyond 15%, but that's rare occasions, and that's just the average. So in this case, if we measure the drop, it's only a 6% drop, right? After it moved up 20%. So it's very moderate. And you can see exactly where it's going. It's going to the 2021 support level. That's where all the buyers are located. That's where all the hedge funds, money management, retirement funds are all going to buy. So we mark that area where all these people are going to buy. That's where the money is. So let's mark that area. There we go. And hopefully it does fall down that far. I wasn't expecting more than I was hoping for a 10% drop. We're now, like I said, almost 7% now. Wow, it's going fast. I really am hoping for this drop. I didn't think I would get it so early before the election, but it's coming. It's here. It's awesome. It's beautiful, and the chart is beautiful. Everything is just so perfect. So the thing what we should do here is we don't panic. What we do is go shopping. That's the best thing to do. We need to find out strong, solid companies that are making money, making sales, that are making earnings, and we buy them. So we know if we look at, again, looking at some companies we have on our shopping list. One of them is Coupang. I mentioned that a few weeks ago. Purchased it at 18, it's now 23. It's already too late to buy it. I already purchased it. Things we can look at are, I think BMI. I think I bought BMI this morning. It jumped up from 150 all the way to 178. That's gone. Um, let's see any bargains here. ANET, here we go. ANET is in the buy zone, but I anticipate that it will gap down to 244 tomorrow. I hope it falls down even to 220. That will be even better bargain because you can see here the trend line that has existed since September 2022. It looks like it's going to go there to that demand area, that demand zone. And earnings are coming out in May, May 7th. That's next month. Duolingo, too late to buy Duolingo, already went up. Google, purchased at the bottom, it's already too late to buy that. Hershey's a bargain. The reason why Hershey's a bargain is because in Africa, they had a big event where it rained so much, destroyed the area, and that caused cocoa to go up like crazy. So it made Hershey, the company Hershey, fall from 200 to 181, and it pays a good dividend of I thought it was 6%, but it pays a 2.63% dividend. But anyway, it's a big bargain. Hershey at this price. Um, I personally am not gonna add more to Hershey because it's slow. I think that it will go it will double in price in about 2 or 3 years. It's kind of too slow for me, so just put a little bit of money in that, not a lot. It's not really a those super stocks that I normally find. Just a slow stock that just chugs along whenever it goes. McDonald's. Everyone goes to McDonald's. Why not buy the stock? Look, it's in the buy zone and it's a bargain. It's bargain price. McDonald's has been going up for the past how many years has McDonald's has been going up? It's been going up since 1968. Never stopped going down. So why not just buy it? When it drops down, people panic, and you buy their panic, you buy their fear, and you exploit everybody else and just buy them. That's what we do. So just buy McDonald's. It goes down a little bit. And you can see here that the pattern is we call this a cup with handle pattern after a head and shoulders pattern. And it's a cup with handle pattern that's forming. And in this buy zone, we see that we have extreme indicators, we have extreme divergence, we have a lot of things that are telling us that, hey, big players are now buying it up. You have an engulfing bullish candlestick. You have a morning star here as well, and you have a horizontal bullish support level. It's good. It's a good deal to buy McDonald's. Apple. I was thinking about buying Apple, but if this is a pie pattern here, it goes up. It goes to 38%, then 88%, then all the way down to 76%, and it went exactly to this buy zone. But I don't like how it's reacting at this level. Plus, it broke a long-term trend line from how long is this trend line? It goes back to 2018, and the black trend line goes all the way back to, geez, this is a huge trend line, all the way back to 2009 financial crisis. That's how long this this trend line is. And let's zoom out. Let's see where this is going with Apple. Apple. Okay, Apple's not there yet. Apple hasn't reached the black trend line, but you can see that. If it does fall, let's go out to a weekly chart. If Apple does fall, Apple falling from the tree, a good bargain would be A, B, C. This would be, people will, I know everyone's thinking already. People on the market, all these players are thinking this one thing, double top, double top. It's everyone's thinking that. So if they're going to claim that this is a double top, this level here at 165 will be the break, the support level. If Apple breaks this support level, it's going to tank to 157. This area here will be a level of support. Um, it will be great if it goes all the way down to 2003, near the 2003 low. I really doubt that it will get that low. People are going to buy Apple like crazy, and it gets to this level. It's a really bargain level at 160. You can see a lot of support, a lot of hedge fund managers and uh, mutual funds are looking exactly at this level, and it's in the Ichimoku cloud. This is a zone where you shouldn't do anything. Just look and observe and see some reactions. And on a weekly chart, it tried to rally and made some type of morning star, but there was no follow through, right? There was no confirmation. It just pivoted up and fell back down. So this is a false rally, and it proceeded to fall back down. So um, let's move on from Apple. So Apple's not a buy yet. We just continue to observe Apple. Plus, the earnings and sales of Apple hasn't done so well. I've been looking at the past 8 years of Apple's balance sheet, and it's not as good as it was this year as it was in prior years. So it's not a super stock, not a super stock yet. Maybe later on this year we'll recover. Let's look at our super stocks. Now, the super stock I already looked at. What was the one called? I have a list of it here. It's a whole lot of them. ACGL, right? That's a super stock. It's doing well, right? It broke through our fake head and shoulders pattern, and now it's pulling back. Pullback will be good. Actually, pretty healthy for this stock. BMI, I checked that one out. It broke out through this cut with handle pattern. That's a super stock. Another super stock is ANET. Did I mention ANET yet? I know the chart. No, I don't think I mentioned ANET yet. But you can see from the year, from inception, from 2015, ANET makes the same pattern over and over and over and over again. It's crazy. First, it goes up from 2016 and pulls back down to a special number. Always a special number. It's weird. I don't know why it does it. It goes to 618. It's this Fibonacci number. It's quite crazy. So it goes to this Fibonacci number, 618 Fibonacci number, and look what happens. It rallies up, goes up for another few years, pulls back down to, what do you see? A Fibonacci number, 618. It's like, it's so weird how the market knows where 618 is. So it pulls back to 618. This perfect number. I don't know what's special about this number, but they love this number. I don't know why. And then from 2022, it pulls back, goes 618, pulls back 618, 2023, May 2023, 618. It did that like now it's how many times? How many times did it do that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, not 10? 10 times so far. Now it's 2011 and it's pulling back. And let's measure the number. This is weird. Draw the fib. So currently it's half there. It's at 382 if we're measuring it from the low of October 2023. But if we measure it from this tight area here, let's see what number we get. Okay, we get 618. So 618 is lining up with 38%. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here again with this stock. It's really weird how it just reacts to these same levels over and over again. It's like you can predict everything that's going to happen. So but if it keeps falling, we have a long-term 618 right here, exactly at the prior tight area and exactly at the yearly average range, which is exactly at the horizontal support level. All these things are just lining up perfectly. I don't know why. It's weird. Um, so let's mark the area too. That's the area as well. So we'll mark this. I'll just call this 61.8% Fibonacci level. All right. That's what the market does. It always goes to this level. And there's a horizontal, like I said, a horizontal trend line. Well, this trend line has been in existence since October 2022. So if it goes here, that'll be a bargain, really bargain, because the earnings, the sales, the balance sheet of this company is beautiful. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. I love it. So ANET, enough of this stock. Another stock that I'm looking at, and I also have purchased and will buy more, is a company called Affirm Holdings, AFRM. And there's a pattern that has been forming since 2022. This is called the IHS pattern, the inverse head and shoulders pattern. And you can see that right in December 2023, something strange happened. You can see it right here. See the green stuff? Millions and billions of transactions happened right here. And then it formed a pattern suddenly. And it formed I call this an A1V pattern, an anomaly pattern. It rarely happens, but it's happening now. And then it pulls back to what you know, a Fibonacci level. And its Fibonacci level is at exactly at this diagonal horizontal uptrend line. So these are levels where we're looking to buy. But if it falls down a little bit further, it will be exactly at 618. And that 618 is exactly at the horizontal support level. Everything is so patterned. It's weird. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know if you don't know. It's just what it's the way it is, right? So it's gonna go. It's at these levels and going to go to these levels if it falls down further. If, the more panic, the better. You know. Let's look at another stock. Let's see if I can find another stock. Meta. Meta is Facebook. Everyone's using Facebook. Why not buy Facebook? You know, why not just make money off of it while you're using it? So Facebook, the earnings and sales of Facebook are good as well as other super stocks. And we're not in the buy zone yet. The buy zone is up here at 526. We can see that Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, is just fluctuating between this zone right here. It's not any fib levels at all, but if it falls down to a fib level, that would be great. But I highly doubt it because it's so strong. Uh, Everyone loves Lowe's. People still shop at Lowe's. It still exists. The company's not going to go out of business. It fell down to a big support level, and it's not a super stock, but it's a big juggernaut. It's going to just keep going up no matter what the market does. China. I look at China just now. There's a stock that I'm against. It's called Now, Service Now. Service Now is pulling back to the November 2021 support level. So it's time while everyone's panicking and selling, this is the time to buy because going forward, looking at the end of 2024 and the middle of 2025, we can see that there's acceleration in sales. We can see that the management also has a good outlook for the company. Um, um, and its company overall is the earning stability is very profound, very good, very stable. And this stock is just a buy at these levels. And you can see, I didn't mark this level. I just noticed it. That is at 618. It's at this Fibonacci level. Let's mark it. It's a 618 Fibonacci level. This market is so patterned. It's so weird. Okay. So yeah, so we just watch this thing go up. And what will be the target? The target will be, we have this. It's going to be 1,050, 1,150. So we enter in around here at 750. We're going to exit, or maybe hopefully never exit. If we can hold it forever, that would be great. But we're just going to, when it gets to this level, it's like a benchmark. We're going to look at the company's earnings, look at the company's balance sheet, and see if it's still worth what it is at this level. So we're not really, when I say get out, I'm not really getting out. We're actually just re-examining the merits and our thesis of this particular company. That's what we're going to do when it gets to this level, not necessarily sell it, just re-examine and retrace our footsteps. So this level is good. Net will be good, as well. NVIDIA, everyone knows what NVIDIA is. Yeah, NVIDIA is making money. Why not buy their stock? NVIDIA is one of the top stocks in the market. It's a juggernaut. And we can see that we can look at the balance sheet here, and we can see that their earnings and sales are exploding like crazy. Um, and you could just say NVIDIA, you have to say anymore. And I'm waiting to buy NVIDIA. It's creating a pattern called a flagpole. This is a flagpole, a triangle pattern, right? It tried to also call this a 5 EMAs pullback or shallow pullback. We can see the MACD here is above the waterline. We can see here the MA line, the MACD lines is not touching the signal line. That's super strong. Um, um, so it's backing and filling right now. Maybe it will take about a few more weeks. I would say until May 15th, and then NVIDIA will just break out. Let's see when the earnings report earnings reports comes out with NVIDIA. Earnings report comes out May 22nd. That's a month away. So that's a while to wait. That's it. So and we have this cloud here blocking the price from falling as well, and we have the dojis forming, and we can see the volume here, the volume and transaction action is showing us that no one is interested in selling NVIDIA, and it's forming a box, another box. So, the case for NVIDIA is strong, not only fundamentally, but also technically. So, I would project that uh, if the market, let's go back, let's mark 6 weeks. I said the market takes about 6 to 12 weeks to form a base. So the fall started in April. So how long is this box? That's 12 weeks. Right. So let's move this back because it's right here. That's when the fall started. So as I project right around earnings, right around sometime next month, NVIDIA will start to go up again. Like I said, it takes about, looking at the past behavior of NVIDIA does the same thing as well. About May 22nd, a little bit before, it will break out. And because we have investor insight, because we kind of know the future already, and these patterns, we kind of can predict what's going to happen with NVIDIA. It will just rise up, and our target right now, it's about 900. Our target is 2,000 by the end of October. Earliest will be August. So we will double or triple our money by that time. So that's a good thing. So there's no need to panic. I think I'm in. There's other super stocks I want to cover, but they're just not ready yet. Like PLTR, I like it. It looks like it's going to make a Kijun trend bounce. So I'm waiting for it. I don't want to discuss it at all, but that's another super stock as well. Starbucks, ignore Starbucks. Starbucks is not a super stock. It's just a stock you buy and hold for like 20 years or something. It barely moves. Let's see, it pays a dividend. Yeah, it pays a dividend, but it's only 2%. You can just put your money in the bank somewhere and make 6%. So it's not, putting your money in Starbucks is a waste of time and waste of money. You can put it somewhere else. So don't do that. 3M, the mask company, you can see it pays a 7% dividend. That's good. So you can literally buy the mask company. Although COVID is gone, you can see that at 3M, from the time it was born in January 2062, it just went straight up. And only on rare occasion it has fallen down. The first time it fell down was 2009, and the second time it fell down was COVID. And guess where it has fallen? Let's see where it fell. Let's measure it because I didn't do it yet. I just wonder if it goes up to it falls to a Fibonacci level. Let's see if it falls to a Fibonacci level. Let's see. So you can see here it goes exactly from the inception of 3M to the top. We can see that even 3M strangely goes to this Fibonacci level, 618. That the market likes that number for some weird reason. I don't know why, and I can't explain it. There's no science behind it. No one studied it, but it's just weird how it always goes there. So it's there now. So I'm marking that 618 level again, Fibonacci level. There we go. I'll just mark it. And I don't know why it does it, but it just does it. And exactly at that level, what do you see? We see billions of money being poured in right there for some reason. And it forms a particular pattern. And this pattern is called a hammer candle. And that was last quarter. This quarter is still forming. It's only January, end of the quarter. That's 6 months. Okay, it's still forming, so that doesn't count. But last quarter, it formed a hammer pattern with like D3 volume. That's what I call it. So I can explain it. And then from the top, it formed the ABC completion pattern. And then there's a horizontal pattern. And it all happened at 618. It's really strange. So I did buy 3M because of this. But I didn't know about the 618 until just now. I just see the pattern. And we call this a double bottom pattern. And we can see that it's in stage two. It's not stage two. It's not a stage two crown or a stage three crown, but it is in stage two strategy because it's breaking above the Ichimoku cloud, right? Breaking above the Ichimoku cloud. And on a monthly chart, it has an extreme divergence pattern. You can see the extreme indicators also telling us that this is a buy. So buy 3M, buy 3M at 90, and then hold it until 200. And while you're holding it, it pays you 6%. So you're getting money on the dividend yields, and you're getting money on the appreciation. It's better than buying a house. It's only $91, so that's pretty good. Um, and it's not a super stock either. It's a slow judgment, but this rarely happens. Like, doesn't happens for decades. Like maybe in 2 decades when you're like 20 years older, it's gonna happen again. But this rarely happens. Yeah. Right. So there's interesting times that we have. Okay, so that's 3M or MMM, the stock. Adobe. I don't really care for Adobe, but it's Adobe. I buy I buy Adobe products, so let's look at it. It's not a super stock. Let's check a look at this, Adobe. Adobe is going to the monthly buy zone as well, right? After making a false crown pattern, it's now going to the buy zone. And I really don't want to draw any fibs right now. And that buy zone's also probably 618. If this is 618, I'm just gonna go crazy because it keeps hitting the same number. All these stocks, so weird. Okay, it's not 618. It's not 618. That's good. Yeah, which is insane. Yeah. It's not 618. It's between 30 and 50. It's good. All right, so it's in the cloud, and it did make a. Let me mark this here. This is a head and shoulders pattern here, and head and shoulders pattern, right? And if we measure the head and shoulders pattern going downwards, we have 127%, and we have 10618. So I just realized, even though it's not at 618, the head and shoulders pattern is going to 10618, and that's just weird. Okay, that's still weird. No matter what happens, it's still weird. And this level here, this 1618 level here, is also horizontal level. This is weird, man. 1618, 620, whatever. So it's at this horizontal level, and this is a gap here, a window they call it. Is it a window? Let me double check. No, it's not a window. I thought it was a window. It's not a window, but this level here is support of Adobe. And Adobe doesn't pay dividends, and we don't really care. I don't care about that. Doesn't matter. So Adobe and a lot of markets, as they fall, they're just getting the price is getting right, getting beautiful. So yeah, Adobe is a buy. It's not a super stock, but it's a buy. Buying at this level at 450 or 500, and target is going to be like eight or eight 800 or 1,000. So all right, let's look at the VIX. What is the VIX? The VIX, let's look at a clear chart. The VIX measures fear in the market. It tells us that people are scared, or it tells us that people are happy, are complacent. And right now, the VIX is telling us that people are scared. And why are they scared? I can guess maybe they're scared about the war in Israel. Maybe they're scared about China's market, the trade market, where retail establishments are collapsing or were collapsing. Or they can just be scared because the news is saying that the market is falling, and everyone is getting worried about their 401k and their, because if the market does crash, it's going to affect everyone's 401k, everyone's pension. People are going to get fired. People in IT, people in computers, whatever engineers won't get jobs like next year and stuff. Even if they try, everyone's going to suck. Uh, yeah, they can get scared. Yeah, the market is patterned. Everything is patterned. No matter what we see, you can observe. You can observe what these billionaires and wealthier people and savvy investors are actually looking at and actually are doing. And it's all telling and it's all revealed to everyone in these charts. Charts tell us the mass psychology of the market. So, what is this VIX, this fear gauge, telling us? Although people are panicking, although people are scared, look at the trend. The VIX came exactly to, all right, you know what? I'm going to measure for 618. The VIX, the fear gauge, the thing that measures humanity, right, went exactly to what level? 618. So even the VIX is at 618. Now, I didn't know before I made this video. I didn't measure it before, but it's exactly there. Not only is it at 618 again, it's in the cloud of resistance. Is at a diagonal downtrend line. It's testing the Kijun. Is at a weekly average range. All exactly everything exactly lining up at 618. And also we can see, I didn't notice this before, but there's a candle. I don't know what it's called. I don't have a name for it. I just know what it is and what it does. But this thing here What it does is show us supply and demand. I don't have a name for it. Sorry, I don't know who else knows what that is, but I just know from experience. This is supply and demand, and this level here is supply. So it's telling us that everyone who's panicking out, right? Probably just retail people, normal people. They're probably selling everything and panicking out. We can see the big people, the billionaires, the big investors, the big players are actually exploiting their fear. So we're going to do the same thing too. We follow the big money. We just exploit everybody else, and it's just the way it is. It's how you make money. So while everyone's panicking, we buy. So that's what the VIX is telling you. You should buy where everyone else is getting panicked out and getting scared or whatever the heck they're doing. So it's just the way it is. So even the VIX is telling us that it's time to buy while the market is falling. So I went over all these super stocks. I forgot about NVO. NVO is a good stock. NVO has been going up. Gosh, NVO has been going up since 1987 and it never fell down. That's amazing. And I didn't measure the fibs. I didn't check out fibs, but it doesn't look like it's moving in Fibonacci patterns. It's just making like these little boxes and then going above the boxes, another staircase and above the staircase. And it keeps on doing that. And the high that NVO made, the highest high was at on March 4th, 2024. And it's pulling back to this buy zone. It's at a buy zone. And to me, just by observing, just by looking at it, it looks like a 38% pullback. This is a this it, the fall is not really a committed fall. It's just a temporary fall. And look where it's going, right into the cloud, right at a demand zone, and it's making what we call a flagpole pattern. It loves the flagpole pattern for some reason. It loves flagpoles and it loves crowns. So it makes a flagpole, it goes down for several weeks, breaks out. And I measured it here. I measured that beforehand, before it fell, I projected, as it was falling, not before it fell, I projected that the fall will last at least minimum of 14 weeks. And so far, it's been how many weeks? Sorry, a maximum of 14 weeks, minimum 6 weeks. So far, it's been 6 weeks. So this is the sixth week that NVR is down. And it could extend to 14 weeks, which would be about June 2024. However, on May the 2nd, NVO will have earnings. No wonder why it's hesitating, because everyone's wondering what our earnings is going to be like. And sure enough, people like you and me know exactly what's going to happen, because we check the balance sheet, we look at the projections of the company, we look at this earnings, we have our thesis, we know that earnings are going to be explosive. We know that sales is accelerating. This is a super stock. And people may be hesitating, but savvy investors know exactly how to exploit other people and exploit their fear and just start to buy. So I'm buying, I bought NVO, and I'm waiting to buy more. So I bought a little bit of it, but I wanted to break this downward sloping trend line, um, and then buy more. However, if it doesn't break the sloping trend line before earnings, I'm just gonna go all in, or full blown all into this stock, because I already know what's gonna happen. This is like, it's like everything is so predictable, and I'm not being overconfident either. So I think that's it for all my super stocks. I covered the VIX. I covered people's fear and unreasonable fears. Um, uh, that's basically it. We just have to sit and wait and observe and be patient. Wait our 6 weeks, wait our 14 weeks. And patience is a virtue, like they say. Whatever they say, I don't know. This is Rocket Man, over and out.